Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're diving headfirst into the dual-sided and honestly totally fascinating world of finance. We're going to explore this really stark contrast between the hyper-competitive reality of a Wall Street career and the everyday psychology of managing your own money. Because look, whether you're grinding out 100-hour weeks as an investment banker, modeling out massive acquisitions, or you're just trying to figure out your personal savings rate, these core principles of finance, they govern a massive part of all our lives. But before we get into the nitty-gritty mechanics of careers and compounding interest, we got to start with a really fundamental question. Are you chasing money, the classic golden handcuffs, or are you chasing actual independence? This is absolutely crucial. It's the lens we need to view every single decision through. We have to ask ourselves, is the ultimate goal of all this financial grinding just a bigger paycheck so we can buy more stuff? Or is it true, actual freedom over our time? So, here's our roadmap for today. We'll start with the two types of people and evaluating the grind. Then we'll look at the trap of expectations and purchasing independence, before finally wrapping up with the power of patience and redefining true wealth. All right, let's kick things off with the career side. Section 1, the two types of people. When you look at the high-stakes, super demanding finance industry, ambitious professionals really tend to fall into one of two distinct camps. On one hand, you've got the purists. These are the folks who genuinely love the mechanics of finance. They literally geek out over complex business models, intricate deals, and debating corporate strategy. Then, on the other hand, you have the pragmatists. They view the industry purely as a tool. They know finance offers incredible benefits and, obviously, incredibly high pay, and they're willing to endure those brutal hours to get it. And honestly, neither side is inherently wrong. But knowing deep down which camp you belong to, that's going to dictate your entire career trajectory and, well, your ultimate burnout rate. Which brings us right into Section 2, evaluating the grind. To figure out if those wild 75 to 100-hour work weeks in investment banking or private equity are actually for you, you've got to look outside the office. You have to ruthlessly evaluate where your non-work energy goes. Do you read finance textbooks for fun? Are you putting on investing podcasts during your commute? Do you actively manage a personal account? And hey, what electives did you actually choose to take? If you aren't doing these things in your free time, your interest might just be, surface level. Specific age gap, so they aren't just some first-year associate desperately protecting their ego to justify their lack of sleep. Buy them a coffee and just ask them for the unvarnished truth about how they feel.
All right, pivoting now. Let's move to Section 3, the trap of expectations. We're shifting from how we earn our capital to how we mentally manage it. We really have to confront this psychological anxiety of feeling like we're constantly falling behind. Financial expert Morgan Housel hit the nail on the head when he said, all happiness is the gap between expectations and reality. He points out that while ignorance keeps people broke, it's expectations that make them miserable. Think about it. In the 1950s, people compared themselves to their immediate neighbors. Today, your comparison group is the most sophisticated algorithm on your phone, constantly feeding you the top 1% of lifestyles. You open Instagram and boom, someone's wealthier, flying private, and seemingly happier than you. Your baseline expectations just spiral. If your income jumps 20%, but your expectations shoot up 30%, finding true contentment is literally mathematically impossible. To fight this, we need to understand what we can call the valet revelation. Hauser learned this firsthand working as a hotel valet. When someone pulls up in a roaring Ferrari, bystanders don't look at the driver and think, wow, that person is so cool. Actually, scratch that. They ignore the driver entirely. They just stare at the car and imagine themselves driving it, daydreaming about how cool people would think they are. It is the ultimate irony of luxury. You buy it to be noticed, but you really just end up as a prop in someone else's daydream. Really, every dollar you spend falls into one of two buckets: status, which is buying things just to impress strangers, or utility, buying things that actually make you and your family happier. Imagine if you lived on a deserted island. You definitely wouldn't buy a flashy designer suit just to impress a seagull, right? Your spending would instantly shift from status to pure utility. You'd only buy what keeps you comfortable, healthy, and content. Recognizing this trap? It's honestly the only way to step off that exhausting treadmill of financial envy. And that brings us to Section 4, purchasing your independence. We need a massive paradigm shift in how we view savings. Because frankly, most people, even really high earners, treat saving like some kind of punishment. We have to completely rewrite this definition. Savings isn't a sacrifice of delayed gratification. It is the immediate purchase of your future independence. When you save $100, you aren't depriving yourself of a nice dinner today, you're literally buying $100 worth of absolute freedom for tomorrow. Every dollar of debt is a piece of your future owned by someone else, but every dollar of savings is a piece of your future that you own completely. Sure, we hear about complex alpha-generating strategies and crazy derivative plays all the time, but building true wealth, it fundamentally relies on behavior, not a sky-high IQ. It comes down to 3 incredibly simple steps. Spend less than you make, save the difference, and be patient. You don't need a Wall Street MBA for this. A person with no formal financial education who can just master their own behavioral impulses is going to wildly outperform a Harvard-educated hedge fund manager who lacks basic discipline and spends everything they make. So how do we make this practical? Apply the 10% rule. Automate a tenth of whatever you earn directly into an investment or savings account. Pay yourself first. Whether you make a $50 tip from a side hustle or you land a massive corporate year-end bonus, take 10% and treat it like a non-negotiable expense. Treat it just like your rent, your mortgage, or your grocery bill. By automating it, you completely remove your own emotional biases and force the habit without even having to think about it. Once that automation is running in the background, we arrive at Section 5, the power of patience. Investing successfully over the long haul is not about outsmarting the market or trying to predict the next big macroeconomic shift. It's about an extraordinary, honestly almost boring, amount of patience. Consider this staggering fact. 99% of Warren Buffett's wealth was accumulated after his 60th birthday. No way, right? He's a billionaire many times over, but the vast majority of that money arrived very late in his life. It's undeniable proof of the sheer power of compound interest stretching over decades. Time in the market beats timing the market, every single time. It's not about chasing the highest returns every year, it's about consistently not interrupting the compounding process. But look, there is a cost of admission here. The fee for doing well in investing is putting up with a constant, never-ending chain of volatility and uncertainty. Notice that word fee. When you get a parking ticket, it's a fine, right? You did something wrong. But when you go to an amusement park, you gladly pay an entrance fee for the experience. Market volatility is not a fine. It's just the fee for entry into compounding wealth. You can be a completely average investor for an above-average amount of time and still end up wildly successful. You just have to be willing to pay that psychological fee of enduring market dips without panicking. Finally, Section 6, redefining true wealth. We really have to recognize the profound contrast between just having money to buy things and having true financial freedom. Being rich means having the visible money to buy the stuff you want right now, the cars, the houses, the lavish dinners. But being wealthy, that's unseen. It is the unspent money that gives you psychological and financial independence. Think about the early Vanderbilt heirs. They were literally the richest people on earth, handed $500 million trust funds, and yet they were notoriously miserable. They had all the trappings of being rich, but their money was actually a psychological liability. It robbed them of their ambition and that core independence that comes from building your own life.
Hey everyone, how are you? I'm fine. I am new on YouTube. Please support me on YouTube. Subscribe my YouTube channel. I need your support. Thank you. Subscribe my YouTube channel.